Welcome back, already, to our second game of the winner bracket final. It is MVP Phoenix up against Birdgang. Right now, MVP Phoenix take a decisive Game 1 victory. We're going to see what Birdgang have up their sleeves, because they're down, they're not out. This is a winner bracket match, so if they do lose this, they're still in it with a chance to go to Kiev to the LAN finals to compete for over $200,000 in prize money, but they'd love to go there the easy way, and that starts with winning this best of 3 to get into that grand final match to decide who gets there. But guys, we're going to get ourselves into Game 2, the draft. I'm not alone for this one. I'm going to be joined by Baseskip. After seeing Game 1, do you feel like Birdgang have what it takes? Do you feel like they're just going to get crushed here? Like, what are your thoughts on Game 2?
I kind of feel like Birdgang just went for, it was a very aggressive strategy. They were looking to snowball out of the early game and just win without too much resistance, I think. And I don't know if that means that they don't have the edge against MVP Phoenix in playing just really conventional Dota, or if they're just trying to start off the best of 3, by doing something a little bit unusual. Maybe they're feeling confident about facing up against the team that's waiting for them down in the lower bracket match, so they're gonna try something a little bit unusual. But I don't know. I think Birdgang should still have a chance, playing MVP in a much more conventional setting, and I'm looking forward to this game. I don't think that Game 1 you can look at it and say, oh yeah, Birdgang are just the worst team. Like, they made a decision which, well, they didn't consider that MVP Phoenix are going to bring 4 heroes top and just wipe them out at level 1, and that completely set the tone of the whole game.
All right. Well, game number 2, draft is underway. Birdgang, this time they're on the dire side, and once again we see a very early Shadow Shaman pick. This hero, much higher win rate on the dire side because of that Roshan quote-unquote advantage. They go with a Sanking for. As for MVP, they pick up a Nyx Ancient Apparition duo to start things off. So neither team really revealing their core heroes, like their carries, their mids, or anything like that. They're just kind of picking up supports, offlaners, and Birdgang's case, pretty much both their supports most likely picked up right off the bat.
Yeah, Sand King's just not really worth running in a core position anymore. When he can get so much farm out of the jungle, there's just not really much of a point. I don't even know if he would be worth running mid anymore. He used to be an occasional mid pickup against, say, a Dragon Knight or a lot of your weaker melee mids, but even then, he used to get a whole lot of farm and then fall off, and that's a spot that could have been occupied by another core. So support Sand King these days, stacking, jungling, getting a sub 10-minute blink is just crazy. So yeah, probably just going to be a support. And nobody runs Shadow Shaman mid from what I've seen recently.
I've seen it like once randomly, like as a kind of like curveball kind of thing that a team wanted to pull out once, but it didn't work out even too well that game. But I like what MVP Phoenix have done. Like, the ulti's pretty good against the 2 squishy supports so far, and Nyx Assassin, Carapace is great against Sanking. It's easy to trigger on his Sandstorm, and it sets up an Impale nicely, not to mention it can dodge a lot of the Shadow Shaman damage as well. He can't shackle you in Carapace because he'll immediately stun himself, so all in all, I quite like the Nyx Assassin pick after the Shadow Shaman, and then obviously the Sanking came later, but it still matches up pretty well against the Sank.
Yeah, and the other thing that's really nice about it as well, the Sand King charges up Epicenter, blinks in. If you're fast enough on the Carapace, you'll stun him from the Epicenter pulse, and he won't be able to get the Burrow Strike off, and avoiding that stun is a really big deal. So, and nice to have as far as that's concerned. And there's some nice synergy as well. Nyx Assassin plus Ancient Apparition, you lob the blasts, Nyx is sitting there vendetted, get a pick off, can be a great way to just go forward. And MVP Phoenix go for a Death Prophet here. Okay.
They did this the other day in one of their games against Birdgang as well, and they had a very fast win there, so we'll see if they can replicate a similar performance here. That was playing on the Radiant side, where they look to just go for a lot of early towers using the Death Prophet push, so maybe something similar coming out again with most likely QO Kimchi playing the Death Prophet.
And Birdgang immediately need to start thinking, like, okay, we need some burst damage against this Death Prophet, and interestingly, they're going to go for a Lifestealer here. So nice fights in the early to mid game. Doesn't orient them too much towards the late game where they can just get pushed down, but it does leave them with a double melee, potentially defensive trial lane with a very level dependent Shadow Shaman and a very level dependent Sand King as well, for that matter. So if MVP Phoenix are feeling really confident about their execution, and how the 1v1 matchups are going to pan out, I think they could switch gears and maybe look for an aggro try here, potentially.
exactly what they have in mind here for both the two teams here. A couple more picks going their way, and this is where MVP Phoenix need to decide if they want to commit to going to like an all-out push strat with the Death Prophet, or at least like a good 5-man. They still can even with a Nyx AA, neither strong pushing heroes, but if they want to pick up heroes like a Prophet, whatever other kind of strong pushing heroes it may be, they can look to do so, and that's going to come from this pick here, I feel, more than anything, if they want to do that. Well, as for I mean, you mentioned it earlier, Birdgang, the Lifestealer, they have a 2 melee hero kind of setup here, and this is actually... I'm kind of surprised they picked the Lifestealer into the Death Prophet. I don't feel like this is the necessarily strongest of ways to play this, but MVP, they're not going full push. They pick up the Shadow Demon for now, so this is going to be a Shadow Demon AA duo support. Nyx in the offlane, and Shadow Demon a great support up against Lifestealer. Whoever he goes on, you can disrupt. Just a good kind of defensive counter-initiator in that sense.
Yeah, definitely. And Shadow Demon kind of the forgotten counter to the Lifestealer, I think, as well. You know, I haven't seen that much Shadow Demon recently. Demonic Purge has remained fantastic against the Nyx, and yeah, Disruption counter-initiation is fantastic as well. I guess this is maybe... No, I'm not actually sure. Maybe it's just defensive tri-lane with off-lane Nyx Assassin. Could potentially be an aggro tri, and the Nyx is safe lane, perhaps. Or even, I think I've seen once or twice, like, Nyx is the primary farmer in an aggro tri, though that might be a little bit odd. And Birdgang going to go for the Nature's Prophet, so... A little bit of counter push in the Wrath of Nature, get some split push going on as well to try and delay the game a bit, and more Roshan power as well, I think, is the other big thing. Nature's Prophet on the Dire, brought this point up a little bit earlier in the cast, but as soon as you get to the mid game, Nature's Prophet just secures Roshan for you pretty much every single time. And MVP go for a Queen of Pain to finish things off, so they're very squishy on the whole.
Yeah, they very nuke heavy as well with this Queen of Pain pick. They've got no real good right-click damage. Queen of Pain can kind of transition into that a bit later on, but I like the Queen of Pain. It's mobile. It doesn't really... It deals great with Lifestealer as far as kiting him around, can catch out the Nature's Prophet pretty easily. You've got AoE nukes to deal with the Sand King and also chase him down. So I think this is a pretty nice pick up in general as a 5th pick. It's something that Birdgang probably were not expecting.
Yeah, the one thing to mention is that so much of this is going to come down to initiation, and not just like initiation as far as blinking in and all that kind of things, but just initiation in terms of if a hero gets stunned on either team, as soon as that hero gets stunned, they are going to get blown up in either direction. So the positioning of the Sand King, the Nyx Assassin, whoever lands the disables on the opposing squishies first is probably just going to win the fights, because so many of these heroes can be burst down in a few seconds and not get any of their spells off in a fight, and that'll pretty much decide it right from the word go. So it should be a pretty interesting game with lots of glass cannons on both sides.
Solo mid Warlock to make things even more interesting.
MP,
the Birdgang solo mid player, is on a Warlock. He's going to be matched up against a QO Queen of Pain in mid lane. This is an interesting matchup that I'm looking forward to see how it pans out here in the mid lane. I mean, I don't think we'll expect to see too much blood or anything like that, but depending on what the supports look to do, there's some roaming potential from a Sand King Shadow Shaman, but Sand King, his level 1 Burrow Strike just makes it nearly impossible to get in close to a Queen of Pain, so it's a very just interesting pick, the Warlock, because it doesn't really move around the map too well, but once you get to level 6 and you want a 5-man, you can push towers. With Prophet, with Shadow Shaman, it's actually Birdgang who have the pushing lineup. Yeah, and not as terrible a 1v1 matchup against the Queen of Pain as you might think. Warlock's actually got a pretty good arm. You know, he's got pretty good base damage, 57 compared to the Queen of Pain's 59. So he's got a good animation as well. I think he even wins out against the Queen of Pain, at least in my opinion, in the animation best
department.
Animations in the game.
Yeah,
I would
the battle begins.
Yeah, I mean,
my favorites at least.
Yeah, and he used to be, you know, he was the big babysitter way back when, just because his harassment was so good, his animation was so good, and his base move speed isn't that terrible either. So I think this should be all right for the
Warlock Spectre was like the go-to safe lane combo.
Yeah, that feels like a very, very long time ago, and MP gets a little bit better of the block, but a little bit too far. Yeah.
Well, QO's got Chilling Touch here, so this will guarantee him a last hit or two for this first creep wave. Yeah, he gets that one easily. He shouldn't miss any of these, really. Yeah, gets a deny, gets a last hit, and this... Well, he only gets 2 procs out of that. Thought you get... I don't know what happened to his third one. Must have missed it. But yeah, good... This will be just useful for the Queen of Pain to make sure he can come out on top. So it's actually going to be a more or less dual lane mid with the AA Queen of Pain. Actually, Disruption in bottom lane. This is a bit of trouble for Sky. He may go down. The body block not there from him, but he's got a haster and a couple more right clicks. Not going to be enough to bring down Sky. He sows up. Clarity's under the tower. He'll be okay, but a lot of pressure being applied by MVP in bottom lane.
And while that was happening, he mismicroed his trance. He didn't actually move it in to block the camp, so the best he can do here is try and use the trance to prevent the pull, but looks like even that's not gonna happen. Yeah, so that's a big loss for the Nature's Prophet there.
And he even got the gold for that little treant too, so every little thing going MVP's way at the get-go here. Birdgang has gone for this safe lane tri lane, so we'll have to see what they look to do here. They're going to miss a pull here on the Wild Wing camp, it looks like, and not quite the start Birdgang would have hoped for. Still very early days, but MVP racing gets a double pull-off. And, well, we saw how beastly he can be last game on the Disruptor, so look out for him this game on the Ancient Apparition.
Yeah, Forev, maybe a little bit of trouble. Now he's got the Carapace. I think he should be okay here. No.
On the top lane. Ooh,
yeah, he's
dead. He may go down. Oh, wow. 1 or 2 more right clicks will finish him off. He's... No. First blood goes to Febby. He's taking a lot of tower hits to get it, though. Oh, no. It switches over to the Shadow Shaman. That was a big, big, big commitment coming out from Birdgang. But hey, they'll take it. Nyx is going to immediately keep back in. Not the end of the world for the Nyx Assassin, because he actually gets back in time to get all this experience, maybe a last hit or two. So it's actually, as far as getting first blooded goes, it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, and the Nyx is going to get a lot because the pole camp is still blocked. They placed the normal sentry ward, but with the range nerf on the sentry, this sentry spot no longer covers the entire spawn box. So that means that there's just going to be a lot of experience going the Nyx Assassin's way through here. Fortunately, like we talked about, they can jungle the Sand King though, so that's alright.
Jungle the Sand King, but even this pull from Tembert here on the big camp, Forever is in experience.
50-50.
So he'll get some of that. More denies coming in. Yeah, so Forever's going to be pretty happy with how things are going in this offlane, even after that first blood. And looking back to mid lane, Queen of Pain 15-5 to the Warlocks 10-4. The AA helped out a bit there, but MP should catch up with this DD rune. It's actually about to wear off, so maybe he's only just got a few from that DD rune. But all in all, QO has had the upper edge in this mid matchup.
Yeah, got a nice start. And what is Sky up to here? Looks like he maybe blocks the camp at 3 minutes, so the support's going to be left sitting there for a bit, but here comes the smoke.
His treants are just sitting underneath now. Like, he's going to send one out now, but he should be looking to scout out these kind of smokes a lot earlier on. Possibly going to see a rotation towards mid QO. Bit low on HP, but he's got double bottle as well as a Tango here, and they're going to rotate all the way towards mid lane, and treants are not scouting the jungle, so Birdgang don't really know what these supports are up to right now, and this could be a potential kill on MP at mid.
They've been gone long enough for this to be suspicious, so I think MP should be alright, unless they go all the way around.
Super aggressive bottom. Almost getting it. Oh, misses the Crypt Swarm. That would have... Yeah, that would have been enough damage to get a kill if he hits it, but didn't quite get the range on he needed. Supports now do get spotted, so there was a Dire Ward here. It spots him at the top river, and looks like actually the Dire Courier going to fly right over them. Couple... Right... They were just sitting idle. They could have had that courier. It was Surge, but they can get off like 2 right clicks each and it's a kill. Oh, well, bit of a caught sleeping on the cliff. And
it is nighttime, in fairness.
Yeah. It would have been maybe not entirely possible to get. Berev gets shackled at top lane, doesn't get the Carapace off to start things off. The Hex is there to follow. TP coming in from the Nature's Prophet. Carapace is there, and, well, not going to matter because he still gets stunned up. He just gets worn down with the Sprout helping things out. He's trying to get JU in return, but not going to do so. Another kill going away at Birdgang. This time, well, once again, going to Febby.
Oh, the Prophet's actually got enough. He could summon Treants and turn in his Basu, but okay, never mind. He's just gonna go back. I think they could have got some damage on the tier 1, in all honesty there. But
and
never mind.
Bottom lane in the meantime. There's your Exorcism, so at least a tier 1. probably maybe even a bit of chip damage done to the tier 2 tower if they're not careful and they don't come back and defend here.
Dire's
So.
structures are fortified.
For MVP, this is kind of what their line's built to do. Just use this Death Prophet ultimate once they get
Dire's
it up to get a tower hero there.
attack.
They'll get the tier 1, that
Dire's
goes to
bottom
March and
tower
the Death
has
Prophet.
fallen.
I'll be pretty happy with this start in general. I mean, even without a kill on the board, even with top lane not going fantastic. Qo's doing well mid. 27, 28 CS to the 22 of the Warlock. Warlock is level 6 now though, so definitely look towards a Warlock rotating to some of these other lanes. He has picked up a TP scroll.
Yeah, I really think they could have taken the tier 1 tower top. They saw that the push was being committed to bottom lane. The Queen of Pain wasn't carrying a TP scroll mid, and they had 4 heroes there, and they could have summoned Treants, and they've got a Bassi. But now in the end, they're just going to be a little bit more defensive. The one thing that you do have to factor in is that Febby didn't go for fast phase or anything that can bully the Nyx Assassin really hard. He went for a Midas instead, so that's also going to factor into the push being a bit more difficult and for getting a little bit more top. Typically, you want your safe lane farmer to be able to get 1 item and then outlane the offlaner pretty much by themselves, and that's normally the case with the Lifestealer, but he'll be just a little bit weaker with this Midas start.
Yeah, I'm definitely much preferring towards the fast phase boost. We see quite a few Midas rushes from, I mean, even a lot of like Starladder European teams have been doing this. So for now, it seems to be working just fine for Febby as far as getting his farm up. He is top of the last hits, and net worth is actually ahead of the Death Prophet by a good 900 gold. Where's March's farm gone? March even got a T1 tower. I guess the Lifestealer has 2 kills, so
he got
2
first
kills
blood
giving Febby
as well.
a big edge. Yeah.
Yeah, First Blood was really fast Midas. I think he's already got a couple of activations, so things are looking good.
When you get a Midas that fast, you may as well go for it before your phase boot. All right. Well, Qo at mid lane. He's started bottle crowing just to get whatever he can. Make sure he can sustain himself in this lane, and they're just going to leave March kind of on his own bottom lane, and he's doing just fine up against the Nature's Prophet. Treants just get melted by the Crypt Swarm, so. Not really a whole lot more he can do there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
This Warlock's really annoying. He seems to just be spamming Shadow Word offensively to harass Queen of Pain, but Queen of Pain gets low, bottle crows, heals up, rinse,
Radiant's
repeat.
top tower is under attack.
Yeah, the Warlock I think is just supposed to be their team fight trump card for the most part, but the cooldown on Chaotic Offering is fairly long, so the one thing that they are at risk of is losing towers when they don't have it up, and we'll see when they first get a use out of it, because that's the other big thing. When you've got these big ultimates just kind of sitting there, they can start to feel a little bit underwhelming. Though there's 2 sides to the coin. If you use it for a solo kill, is that hero valuable enough that the enemy team isn't just going to immediately push in the next 165 seconds? So we'll see where MP stands.
I think it's worth it. Like the Queen of Pain or the Death Prophet, sure, but anyone else, not really. And I don't know how easily he can get a kill on this Queen of Pain with a Chaotic Offering, considering it's a pretty easy blink escape. And Queen of Pain now going to find a nice little neutral stack here. Not actually going to use it for himself. He's going to rotate all the way bottom lane. It looks like they want to go for a kill on this Prophet, maybe. And with Exorcism up, they could actually follow this with a push.
Top tower is under attack.
This is trouble. They're going to use the Exorcism here. Sky will draw the aggro off the tower using the Treants here, but here comes Queen of Pain. Qo, Blink, Scream, actually gets a Shadow Strike off the Scream to follow. Has a Sonic Wave, double TP coming in, and... Oh, what's the range on that Shackles? Are you kidding me? Oh, the Disruption gets used. It actually cancels out the Chaotic Offering stun, knocking them out. They get the kill anyways, but... Are you freaking kidding me?
What was that? I mean, I can appreciate that the Queen of Pain is hasted, and as soon as he starts the animation, then she can still travel a little bit and then get shackled, but that was like...
He started the animation
crazy.
when it was like out of range.
Yeah, that was a little bit absurd.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Maybe just because he like shift queued it or something from the TP. I don't know, but yeah. That was,
well, I guess it turns out that it's not just Windrunner shackles that are bullshit, right?
Yeah. The things that are most bullshit are the melee, the ranged melee attacks.
Oh yeah, when you pounce or you leap, and the Lifestealer slaps you from 800 range. Yeah.
It can even it can happen with like any melee hero if the target's slowed. I believe is how it works. Like when they're slowed, there's some weird mechanic and buggy mechanic, I should say, where if the target's slowed, you can sometimes get these like ranged melee attack.
Oh, Sonic
from the high
Wave.
ground. They're not going to kill off Jayu, though. It will actually come and get the kill with the Impale. Lifestealer now, not able to latch onto anyone. Queen of Pain blinks out. Nyx Assassin on the run will make it sprouted up here. The body blocks from the illusion. Rev just going to TP out, and there's nothing to actually cancel this one, so... Hey, they get themselves on the board just a Sanking kill, but hey, they'll take it. More mid lane. Actually, that was a disruption into a possible engagement coming in. Oh, getting low, not going to go down here, man. It's actually Q in a lot of trouble. AA does end up taking a fall. Oh, Shadow Demon just TP's out in time. Meanwhile, the Queen of Pain, he's on the run. Prophet did not in there. Sky, he should have been able to get at least someone out of that, it feels like. The Queen of Pain was so low, and oh man, now March is pushing down this bottom 3-2 tower. Has the Exorcism up. May not get this tower because there is a rotation from Shadow Shaman, but he's applying a lot of pressure.
Yeah, he's still got about half of the duration left here, so might be able to chip it down. Seed Script's gonna end up dying though. So. No, it survives for now.
Well, it's done now. Nope, not yet. Well, just. He doesn't want to get this tower deny rain. And he doesn't. Okay, that's good. He can get that tower later. And, Duo is back top, so he's going to look to pressure this top lane, and it seems like MVP is just happy to split up, make sure they're as efficient as possible here. Shadow Demon actually a bit under-leveled. He's going to now look to farm a neutral stack by the looks of things. He needs to try and hit his level 6, get the Demonic Purge. Same for Raisin. He wants to hit level 6, get his Ice Blast up online, and well, then things will be a lot easier for MVP. As for Birdgang, I feel like they're kind of waiting on a few items here, like most importantly, the Lifestealer Armlet.
Yeah, as soon as they have that, they're at a little bit of a peak. The Warlock's just gone for some phase boots. No signs of a mech or anything just yet, so I don't know if we're going to be seeing them trying to 5-man around that armlet timing or what.
Is this a point booster?
Yeah, point booster. Right. It's nice for pushing, but...
Oh, this is bad for Birdgang. Actually, Nyx Assassin gets a kill. That's bottom lane, but keeping an eye on Cure here at the mid lane. Oh, another Cryptstorm comes in, Blink Scream. The Chaotic Offering does get blown up. The Ice Blast goes in as well. Raisin just trying to do as much damage as possible. Sonic Wave goes through. 3 Birdgang heroes hit the deck. 2 in the mid lane, 1 at bottom lane with the Nyx Assassin gang. So a 2-for-1 trade at mid. Duo's not done though. He can look to re-engage. Infest being used by Bebby just to heal himself back up to be it safe. And it looked like there was Keen and Forev killing off the Nature's Prophet at bottom. So 2-man gank split at bottom lane. And mid lane, they get a nice 2-for-1 trade. MVP Phoenix. All around good trades for them. Even though they're still behind a kill, they're the one really just imposing themselves on this game. Now top lane. This guy is he's just straight up dead. He can't TP. Even if he could, there's a Yule Scepter to cancel it. And Sky should go down, does do so. And Febby needs to be careful. He looks to go on Raisin here. Offensive Yule's being cast just on the lifesteal to prevent him from chasing too much. And Febby, out of mana. I think Death Prophet could have almost got that kill. He didn't realize lifesteal was out of mana.
There were 2 TPs coming in that got cancelled after they saw that they weren't going to be able to finish it off. So I think it was probably the safer play at the end of the day. Ice Blast comes top. Febby should be okay, but that hurts.
Poison goes searching, and he's got the armlet there. He can look to go neutral a bit, but I think he's just going to heal up completely because he's got no mana as well. So hey, may as well just back off. And 5 kills apiece now. It's a pretty even gold grab, slightly in favor of MVP, even XP as well, but MVP are the ones with the momentum right now. They're the ones pushing towers, they're the ones just moving around the map, controlling the tempo, playing on the other team's side of the map, and even with Lifesteal's farm, that's a good thing that Birdgang have going for them. They've got a farm Lifesteal, and they're hoping that's going to be enough for them to take some fight.
Yeah, this Nature's Prophet had a really alright start because he's up against the DP, who for the most part is harassing him with Cryptstorm. The wave was always pushed, and he got a couple of minutes of CS underneath the tier 2 tower, and he was actually quite close to the Midas. He was going for the slightly more old school greedy Midas rush, just Gloves of Haste straight into the Midas. But after that death top, he's decided to go back for some boots. So this is really slow, and he didn't get any of the early game strength of the phase, and his Midas is still going to end up being pretty late. So a good start turned sour for Sky this game, unfortunately.
They will pick themselves up a Roshan kill Birdgang, so they'll get Sky a little bit closer to that age of his. Shackles at mid lane, QO. Put out by this again, gonna turn around. Sonic Wave for a kill. He's looking for a second kill on MP. He's gonna get it here with the help of the Chilling Touch. Blinked out of there. AA exiting the last hit. QO. He's gonna die to the Fatal Bond. He's dead to the Fatal Bond. Oh, that's sad. Meanwhile, Sand actually killed the Death Prophet top. That was... what? I'm not sure how the Death Prophet died top lane, but that Fatal Bond ending Q is fun. Ice Blast gonna go in, they put out Sky here. Sky can actually go down. That's a dead Nature's Prophet. Nicely played. Meanwhile, it's gonna be Lifesteal looking to turn this one around. He goes in on Heen. Defensive disruption, but shouldn't save his life. Heen gonna go down regardless. Fairly even trades across the board here, and that's MVP losing two of their main two core heroes, Death Prophet and Queen of Pain.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Wow, Ancient Apparition last hits a tier 1 tower. He's 800 gold away from a completed Aghanim Scepter. Whoa.
That is just some sick, nasty stuff. And he's just level 8. Like, he's going to be hitting... like, when he hits level 11 and gets a level 2 ulti combined with that, his damage output is going to be pretty damn scary and annoying to deal with. Like, look, these squishies like Sand King and Shadow Shaman are going to have a very miserable time.
Yeah, definitely.
Prophet as well.
Well, Sky, speaking of Prophet, finally has his Midas, so he's on the road to recovery now.
Down goes your Warlock. Sand King goes in. That was an Epicenter with a Blink Dagger. It's not going to really do a whole lot here because there's a mech up on March. He turns this one around. The Wardrop is there. March is trapped. He's got Phase Boots. Use your Phase Boots. Get out of there. Does do so. The chase is now on. It looks like Nick Smith is off the Sand King. He's going to get himself out of there. TP coming in. This is actually MP. He's got the Chaotic Offering. It's level 2 as well, but can't find him. And that was with a buyback as well. He died, bought back. Doesn't get any sort of an engagement. Absolute disaster for Birdgang.
Yeah, and that was exactly the Nyx Assassin managed to get the Carapace off before the Burst Strike, so the Epicenter was felt a little bit underwhelming, and yeah, that buyback didn't accomplish anything either. So that's a huge swing in favor of MVP there, and they've got Necro 2 up on the Queen of Pain as well. Yeah, they're ready to push. Mech, Necrobook, Forever almost dying to neutrals, but it's going to be okay.
Getting very... I like the Necrobook Queen of Pain, but it's actually something that another Australian player, Shatan, used to always do on Queen of Pain. When he played solo mid for N9, he would go this Necrobook build like all the time. He loved this item on Queen of Pain. And it's actually a pretty strong item to get. Like, you don't necessarily have to... if you don't really need the Orchid or like the Lockdown, having the Necrobook really helps you out. Like, you burn the mana of heroes like Lifestealer, you get Vision, you get dewarding. Like, Queen of Pain's a great dewarder, and the Necrobook can help you get complete map control.
Yeah, I think it's just a question of how he chooses to play here. I think Orchid would have been equally good. You just have to play for a more ganking-oriented style. And AA gonna go down mid, but gets the Revenge Blast at least, and
yeah, you may go down. He does go down. The Ice Blast combined with the Vendetta hit at the end after an Impale, and now the chase is on. They want 10 Bird. They need a Shadow Push. They may use him here. Yep, oh no, Impale off the mark here, but they've got a Demonic Purge if they want to use it. Actually going to Purge Febby here. The Exorcism comes out as well. Febby silence up. He's going to go down once, but he's got an Aegis, luckily. They're going to have to try bring him down a second time. They did lose one here. Now they're going to drop the Chaotic Offering, the Infernal, the Rock Golem. It's pounding away on the Death Prophet. This Death Prophet is too damn tanky. There's a Yule Scepter in 5 seconds, and Febby can't keep up with him. The Yule's movement speed, the Phase movement speed, Sonic Wave goes through, catches out the Warlock, Blink to the high ground as well. The Exorcism still going to town, and down goes your Warlock. Next in line is your Lifestealer. He's going to go down. It looks like the Ice Blast is there. Lifestealer takes a fall. Sand King went Burrow Striking in. He's now on the run. Nowhere really to hide here. There's not really any stuns or mana from Forev, but it doesn't matter. They lose for even more with the buybacks and Aegis, so absolute destruction. Did MVP even lose a hero there?
They lost the AA to start everything off, but then the rest of it was counter initiation. I don't think they lost anymore. So that was really nicely played. It ended up being 1 for 4 or something like that.
And now they'll get a tier 2 tower. They'll finish off some big items. The Necro 3. AA's Aghanim Scepter, maybe? No, he hasn't got his Ag Scepter yet. He's still 500 away, but Death Prophet suddenly has 3.8k gold with that tower kill. Yeah, about that.
Yeah, that's pretty scary. What's March gonna go for? Okay, just gonna pick up a plate mail. I think it's interesting that he doesn't work on hit points item when he goes for the Yule's mech, but I think this should work out just fine as well.
Doesn't help that much. I mean, you can always go Ghost Scepter is always kind of nice.
Yeah, Ghost Scepter is
the
all
Assault
right.
Caress. Screw Shivers, get an Assault Caress to amplify your Exorcism damage. That's what Brian K-pop Toast has been telling me, like, more Death Prophets need to go Assault Caress.
Yeah, it's physical damage for sure, so I don't have any qualms about that. Oh. QO, meanwhile, gets a free tier 2. Nobody stops him. Nobody's nearby on his team either. That's just a 100% freebie there.
Yeah, And this, he knows there's no wards up. He's got these Necro 3, so he's pretty much D-ward. He hasn't actually checked this cliff, maybe. No, he's not going to do so. Out comes Feb. He actually infests in the Necro book. Pops a Rage here. Will be just fine. Sanking, no. Doesn't get there in time for a Burrow Strike. Not that he would have got the kill anyways, I don't think. And well, MVP are just... They're up 15 kills to 9, but it's much, much more one-sided than that, it feels like. It's a 10k gold lead all of a sudden. What was a very even game for the first 10 to 12 minutes is suddenly just blown wide open, and MVP are the ones taking control.
I feel like this Prophet has just had so little impact this game. We're 21 minutes into the game with a Nature's Prophet. All of MVP's towers are on pretty much full hit points, aside from the top tier one. So
we've seen a few questionable Prophets today.
Yeah,
well,
I think
not so
so.
much questionable, just
that was a questionable impale, but it doesn't matter.
Zoning him out.
Yeah, he completely whiffed the impale, but doesn't need the damage, so...
Man,
4F still picks up the
skill,
kill.
Okay. Hard skill. Baby now, he's actually looking around for this next. He will blink out of there, and they're just going to try to push bottom lane. Why not? Doesn't even... Actually, he's going to go back for a Reaver, the Death Prophet, so it will be a harder Threat. He is going to get some HP like you suggested. Just wants the armor from the Plate Melon. This tier 3 tower will be taking a fall. Here come your Necro books from Huo. They may just go in for Rax, because this Exorcism still has a good 10-15 seconds left on it, and the melee Rax is taking a fall here. Sanking has an Epicenter Blink. Is he going to go for it? He's going to start chilling it now. Epicenter Blink. Burrow Strike does fall. It's only catching up the Death Probe, but that's the exact target you want. No chance to pop a mech, but he gets the Yules off on himself. He heals himself up. The perfect timing on the Exorcism heal. He stays alive now. In goes Kuo. He's got a lot of damage output. He's taken out one. The Ice Blast on Febby. That'll help bring him down. Double kill goes the way of the Queen of Pain. And now Tenbird, maybe the next take a fall. 1 or 2 more right clicks, but they're not going to chase him down. That heal from the Exorcism could not have come in a better time. It healed him up during the Yule Scepter even.
Has fallen.
Yeah, that was really spectacular. And that was the whole Epicenter used to no avail. So.
And more, like open
down.
wounds, raid, everything was used to try and kill Death Prophet during that ulti. At the same time, ulti was wearing off, so like Death Prophet was probably not the best target to go for. And Tenbird lucky that ulti doesn't. Oh jeez, he almost sort of dies. He does sort of die. The dire supports are just screwed at this point. The core heroes though, Sanking and Lifestealer will find out for Rev here. They'll bring him down. Carapace not going to help against the Lifestealer. But heroes like Shadow Shaman, Nature's Prophet, even Warlock at this point are looking very squishy. And this is where MP's thinking like he got this point booster, but he's just not really offering much to his team. He could have gone for the mech you suggested.
Yeah,
I think it's still a bad situation, but
yeah, if things had gone better, if they'd gotten more push out of the Prophet and the Shadow Shaman, they could have plausibly maybe gotten a mech on the Rasta or the Prophet, but they just never got to use any of their pushing heroes whatsoever. MVP have been controlling the map fantastically for the entire duration of this game.
Yep. Well, next up from MVP is maybe just pushing down this top lane. They got the Rax's bottom. They can look to go for another set here. Gonna be Queen of Pain. Actually hunting down MP here. Ooh, doesn't get another blink and he actually gets stunned up by Jay. Now there's Blink, Scream, MP. 1 or 2 more right clicks may finish off the Sprout on Kuo though, so it's going to stop him from chasing. The Hex is there. He gets the kill using the Necrobooks. He'll pay for it with his life though.
My voice.
Not quite the result he was hoping for. And in comes Forev. Going to miss another Impale, but gets the Dagon Mana Burn kill on Tenbird. The Necro Warriors are still chasing. They want more. They want Ryu as well. There is detection here with this Sentry Ward, so Birdgang do know what's up, and they'll kill the Sentry Ward off. Oh, Febby wants Forev here. Probably not going to get a chance to do so, and he's now on the run here. March not popping the Exorcism just yet. Actually, he'll go for it. He's looking for the solo kill on Febby here. Ice Blast, don't think it's going to land him with the Sprout. This is not a kill. That's an unimpressive ulti. But hey, they'll swing back mid. Shadow Shaman actually going to buy back now. March still committing to this mid lane though. I just don't know what Birdgang can really do to defend. I'll have the Warlock back up, but he's got ulti. Here we go. Chaotic Offering. Is it going to come in? Warlock needs to go in soon. They don't want to really focus March. It looks like they did get the Nyx Assassin off to the side here. March going to get the tier 3 tower in. Now the Exorcism wearing off. He's on the run. He's got a lot of movement speed though with the phase boot heal. And that does it. Oh no, it doesn't do it. They're going to go in for a Blink Burrow Strike. Catch that heat. Force stuff out and now Sky shows up. Gets the last right click. That's not really a very important kill for Birdgang. If they can try Sneaker Roshan here, this would be a nice pickup for him though.
Yeah, wow. They are committing big to this one.
Drop the Serpent Wards. Well, some of the Serpent Wards. Whatever actually made it to the low ground.
But yeah, so they've got the ages, but does it matter? Is the question.
Hey, Ice Blast will go flying in. This is gonna be too late.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
I guess Lifesteal's got AC. Yeah, he's got AC armlet. Maybe with like a, if he somehow farms an Abyssal Blade, at least a Basher. But
yeah, he's scary, but he's getting kited in circles in every fight. Is the problem, and he's the only scary one on his team. Warlock's net worth is a pitiful 5k. Prophet not doing that much better. 8k below the Nyx Assassin. So Lifestealer has to do all of the heavy lifting, and he's just being caught up by a Hex.
yeah, they've got the Hex here. They're not going to burn all his mana. Does get the Rage off. Immediate TP from Raisin. Will he get out of here? He does just get out in time. Febby also now heals himself back up. Pops the ulti just to get rid of the Necrobooks. And nice bit of play from Febby, but he's completely out of mana. He's used all his cooldowns now as well, so he does need to be a bit careful, but he's hoping for Tenbird to catch up with the Shackles of Hex. And at this point, oh man, Ice Blast. Impale catches out 3. He makes up for all the missed Impales. This will be an absolute team wipe here. At least the trio of heroes going to go down. The Aegis prop, Baby's going to be back alive. Can they kill him a second time? He's going to just raid. TP out. Nope, no chance for Freya to get the stun. And now they push high ground. Rax is vulnerable. Mark, he's got the Exorcism up. He's used about half the duration. It looks like we will see. Actually, there's no... They need creeps in the base here.
Dire's middle barracks are
Creeps
under
may
attack.
push in bottom,
Yeah, they're just about to disable it now.
but the Exorcism is over. So this is actually a bit trickier to push than MVP would have liked. They got a couple heroes top lane. AA ultimate off the mark. Blinking from Pure here. He's got the Hex on Sky. This will be a dead Nature's Prophet here for Rev. Making sure of that one. And there's a silent... Ooh, Impale. Can he actually hit this one? Nope, won't do so. Immediate raid from Febby. Carapace is there as well. The defensive disruption nicely played by Heen. Haven't seen too much of this Shadow Demon in this game. Sankin goes Burrow striking in. Only going to catch out one. Maybe we need to find a few more with that one. And now Qo, he's still on the chase here. He's playing so ballsy. And this Infernal smacks him in the face. Takes him out. 2 kills goes away of Birdgang. Not to mention the Epicenter coming through. Make it 3, 4. They're looking for 5. They'll get the complete team wipe if they can finish off March. The Yule Scepter's there. This will just delay the inevitable. They get the last hit. And buyback from AA? Raisin?
Ice Blast! Ice Blast! It's on its way. Oh, Febby. Febby. Nah.
He's hiding.
Nice.
The AoE not big enough.
Yeah, you can actually see the dot on your minimap as it comes in, so there's a bit of an indicator for him there. But that was a very questionable fight from MVP. Yeah, that was just
that
like,
was just such
what are you doing?
overconfident.
Yeah, no, we don't have Exorcism. We don't
Radiant's
care.
middle tower is under
Ancient
attack.
Apparition gets caught by a Burst Strike, but Birdgang are more interested in claiming their first tower of the game here. So it looks like that's what they're going to get.
Like, as bad as that fight went for MVP, I don't think it's going to matter too much. And hey, look, they just throw a nice blast mid. Sanking's going to get really low. He's not going to proc over, but he'll get pretty close to that breaking threshold, and this will force a complete retreat from Birdgang. I imagine the next push will be like, let's actually focus down these
Radiant's
Raxes
middle
using
tower has
Exorcism.
been denied.
And the tower that goes down is denied at mid. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Next push, no Aegis
Okay.
either on the Lifestealer.
They've got out Warlock of all heroes as well. There's going to be all the burst damage. Dagon 3 on Forev. And he's not messing around. This time he gets a 4-stuff. He gets a Demonic Purge on Thebby, and Thebby may take a fall here. It doesn't look like he's got buyback if he goes down. Necrobooks come out as well. Is there an Infest? It's on cooldown. Can't actually get in, and now he's got no mana for another raid when it comes up. It is still on cooldown for some time. Qo goes in with a Sonic Wave, finishes him off. Lifestealer now. He's dead. He's on the sidelines for over a minute. And it looks like this could be the end. Birdgang, they've got no way really to hold much longer here. The Sand King's going to go down as well. Qo going to clear up the Serpent Ward. Tenbird going to go down to 1 or 2 more right clicks. Does go down to the Shadow Demon, and now 4 heroes dead. Raxus in mid, vulnerable. And Exorcism, there we go. It gets popped here. It looks like it's just going to use it top lane, and this is pretty much Mega Creeps, I imagine. Lifesteal, he must have bought... Did he buy back recently? Because that respawn timer from him was massive.
Dire's middle
It was like a
barracks
70, 80
has
second
fallen.
respawn timer.
It would have had to
Maybe it's
be
just high level.
a while ago. Yeah.
Dire's
Yeah, I
structures
guess
are
not.
fortified.
No, he's just level... It's just a fairly high level.
Number 19.
Huh? That's GG.
MVP Phoenix onto the grand finals of your Starladder Korea playoffs. And Birdgang, they go down to the loser bracket final. They'll meet
Radiant
Monkey Spanner
victory.
in a best of 3 loser bracket final. So
What is that team name? Just
Monkey spanner, yeah.
monkey spanner. I don't know.
They've got a
Anyway,
good logo to go with it as well. It's like a monkey with a spanner,
yeah.
as you'd imagine.
I mean, is it supposed to be like monkey wrench? Because like a monkey wrench is a thing, right? But
Yeah.
anyway,
I guess it's a play on
Anyway.
words of monkey wrench.
so very
MVP
convincing
looked pretty
performance
happy.
from MVP. Yeah.
Yeah. You see him looking pretty happy, celebrating in their booth. As for Birdgang, these guys are not happy campers. Well, I mean MVP. I mean this to me is a team like if when they play well, like they look like they're as good as like their lesser Korean counterparts, Zephyr, who are currently kind of the top dogs in Korea. But I've got to say, MVP Phoenix have what it takes to at least go toe to toe with them on their good days.
Yeah, definitely. I'm pretty impressed by MVP. I mean, we've been following a lot of these players and I guess this team for a while. They've been one of the most stable in the Korean scene. So, well, looking forward to seeing how they do in the grand final, and maybe Birdgang can make the run back and put it back to them. But I guess that puts MVP on a at least 4-game win streak consecutively against Birdgang. So MVP definitely going into the favorites if Birdgang managed to make their way back.
Well, MVP, I mean, I think they're undefeated in Starladder. I don't think they lost a game in the group stage, so they're in some good form right now. Even if I think the last series they played against Zephyr in KDL, they did lose, but it was a very close series at that. They seem to always get these big leads, and then Zephyr just somehow claw back in. But that does it for today. Big thanks for joining me, Cameron. Any last
Always a
shout-outs
pleasure.
or anything from you?
So I guess just the usual plugs. Thanks, guys. If you want to leave me any feedback on my casting, you can email me at basecapdota@gmail.com. Otherwise, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube, all under the name of Basecap. I'm trying to do more regular streaming these days as well. So if anybody wants to check out on Twitch, that would be I guess the one big thing. But no, thanks, gods, for having me on. It's been a pleasure as always, and hopefully be doing more casting soon.
No problem. I'll see you later, Basecap. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Starladder Korea is going to continue in, I believe, 2 days' time. We've got our last day to determine who's going to Kiev, who's going to make it to the Starladder $200,000 plus land finals in Ukraine. Tune in 2 days' time. We've also got Starladder Europe Act, and that's kicking off in about, I want to say, like 4 or 5 hours' time, guys. So definitely stay tuned to the Starladder channel. More Dota 2 action coming your way. I think we've also maybe even got some action over on the Beyond the Summit 1 channel, so if you want to watch some more Dota, head on over to Beyond the Summit 1. I think that's starting in about 45 minutes time. So plenty more Dota 2 action coming your way today. If you're interested in Starladder Korea, tune in a couple of days' time for the last day of the playoff. Everyone, I'm Gods. If you want to follow me, I'm at BTS Gods. But that's it from us today. We're tuning out. See you guys later.